You look nice and warm in your cute little sweater.
I know. This is like my favorite sweater.
Yeah.
It's probably getting really wore out because it's my favorite sweater.
That's okay. I have stuff like that too. And it's like, oh my gosh. Oh, I have this one t-shirt that I've had forever. It has holes all over the place. And I wear it just around the house, of course. But oh my gosh, I need to just throw it away. But it's like, no, it's good. And you
I
know,
know. I just threw
yeah, I
away
know.
one of mine because the whole
Yeah.
underside of the arm was all ripped out. But you can't
Yep.
find tie-dye shirts that are bright colored. They're all
Right.
dark and depressing, and
I
I'm like, no,
know.
I can't do that.
I
Give me
know. And that's the way with
some
this one.
bright
It has a
colors.
big old hole in my pit. And I'm like, nope, I'm still keeping it. Don't care.
Well, I can't preach at the kids. You can't wear clothes with holes if I'm walking around raising my arm up and they're like, you got a hole.
No fair. Oh my gosh. I hear you. Too much. Well, that's one of my best friends called too right before I was going to even plan to come on. And really, I didn't know for sure yet, because I was like, okay, if he's still trekking along and doing okay, then it should be okay for me to get on. But anyway, she called and it was like, it was getting to be 8:30. And I'm like, okay, I can't just cut her off because she was really needing to talk. And
Right.
so anyway, but it ended up working out great. Ended up working out fine.
Yeah.
And because she was driving and talking and stuff too. And then she finally got home and then she was like, gonna go anyway. So it was like, okay, it worked out great. And I didn't have to worry about it.
That's all
So,
right. It gave time for mine to go out the door. As soon
well,
as your
that's, I
message
wondered.
Well, as soon as your message come through, they all just stood up and went out the door.
Oh my gosh.
They come in, they're like, "Are you going live tonight?" And I'm like, "Well, it depends, and I kind of tell them
Right.
the story. And then as soon as the phone dinged, it was like, "We're out. Bye."
Right. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. I just hit the cord. I have myself plugged in and I just hit the cord. Okay, we're good now. We're good now. Hopefully that'll be the only incident.
Let's hope.
Right?
I'm very precariously perched, so I just
You're
can't
in your
find the right
spot.
Well, I can't
What?
find the right way to set it up to where you can see while I'm working, because that's part of what they're showing
Right.
up for,
Yes. Right.
and not show too much around me, because that ain't gonna happen.
Right.
So,
Right.
I
Right.
just keep trying different things.
Oh, I know. I get it. So, and right now with my setup, this is it. This right here, I can't really go anywhere else. It doesn't seem so.
Well, I just
Eventually,
felt like I just felt like I was too close.
yeah.
Like my face was up in it, and I wanted some
Right.
distance.
Yeah. Yeah. I get it. And that's just the thing with my cord. I have a longer cord, but then I feel like too, if I get too far, then Luna always wants to walk in between.
Uh-huh.
So then we have a topple over incident then too. So, because yeah, sometimes I feel like it's up my nose too, and
Yeah, huh.
don't really want to do that. And I didn't even know for sure what I was going to work on tonight. So it was like, okay, what can you work on tonight that you can just be mindless with doing it and being able to pay attention at the same time? So,
Hello.
hello.
That's kind of where I was, so
Oh, well. Um, hmm.
I'll get somebody in gear.
I'm going to go ahead and take care of it, I think, but because I have a feeling it's just going to go sideways, maybe.
Yeah.
Go ahead, what were you saying?
I just say I was doing the same thing, thinking about what was I going to work on that I didn't have to really think about, and I thought, well, I got to put all the
Right.
faces on these little things that I've been making.
Oh, yeah,
It's a
yeah,
little,
yeah.
well, there. Little dinosaur. Little
Yes. He is so cute. Yep. Well, I was working on my Star Wars. I was working on my Darth Vader today, periodically through the day, and still trying to get other stuff done too at the same time. And I got his head done, and it's definitely going to be bigger than what um, I was anticipating, but I'm okay with that.
Oh, that order I had for a cow lovey. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I don't think she's fully comprehended how big this thing's gonna be.
Oh gosh. Oh my
I'm just
god.
like, I'm gonna take a picture of this and send it to her and be like, do you want this to be this big or were you thinking
Right?
baby
That
size?
is adorable though. I love it.
You
Hello,
take that
Randy. Good evening to you too. I just now saw. Oh my gosh, that
you
is
gotta put that
too.
faux fur up in here. It comes down like in a
Yes.
little V and then covers all up in here.
Yes.
Yeah, so we'll see.
I love it. But yeah, that's pretty big. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was like, that thing's the size of my head.
Right. Well, mine isn't quite that big, but it is bigger than I thought. But so far, this is his head, and I just have like his little helmet thing or whatever going right now. So, but I have pieces that I need to sew on him and everything. So
Thanks, Randy.
it is a lot bigger than what I thought.
Yeah.
So, but I'm okay with it, like I said. And I'd even just considered maybe just doing some of the heads, but I don't think I'm going to like that, just doing the heads. I think it'll have to have the whole body. So, which I am going to do the whole body for this one, but I just thought for future, but I don't know if I'll like it like that or not. So we'll see. But okay, for some reason, I'm not coming through on my TV and I don't know why.
Yeah, it is crochet. You want the deer?
Is that
Everybody wants
consent?
the deer.
Right?
Uh,
Well, good night, Michelson. What is going on with my TV? I was trying to get on because I pay attention better whenever I have it on the screen. It's like I can see it in my peripheral better or something. But I don't even know if it's gonna come on anyway. It may not even come on for me. I don't know. Now we got this internet going right, but now I can't get my home internet to do anything. So that's okay. How are you doing tonight, Randy?
Hello.
Hello. I love to crochet and I'm 11, but I can't find good patterns. Well, I advise you not to advertise your age, just saying if that's the truth. I do not think that's a good idea, but good on the crochet. Hey, Lily, how are you?
I was gonna tell you, I failed at my no buying yarn.
You did? Uh-oh.
These fellow crocheters that are bad influences, not just you. This lady I met at an event last year, she puts on her page, "Hey guys, this yarn's for sale 99 cents on Hershner's." I'm like, "Dang you!" Actually,
Oh
I
my
messaged her back
gosh.
and was like, "Curse you, because you can't pass that Bernat blanket yarn for 99 cents." Right? And of course,
Oh my
they only
gosh.
had 2 colors that were 99 cents, but one of them was vanilla. Well, you use that color all the time.
Yeah.
So, I got 6 of them. So I did better than her. She got 10.
And that's just it. That's true. You can't pass that up. You can't pass that up. Um, okay. I think I missed one back here that I needed to take care of. You mentioned it. I don't know, but
Oh,
oh my
hey,
goodness.
You're
Let me
gonna have to
see.
help.
Where's uh I mean that's it's a funny, but we really don't need that. So I'll take care of that one. Because Randy did reply to it in a sense. He said he was trying to keep keep the raccoons and deer out of his bird feeders,
oh, I
which
missed it.
that's good. I'm
Hello,
just
Jess.
hello, Jesse. Oh boy. And yeah, for some reason it's showing that I am on and whatever, but it's not coming through. It's not letting me see me.
Probably just because home internet is trash.
No, it usually lets me though, but tonight I just do it so I can make sure if I'm
You want to take a shower?
pixeling or if
Go take your
I'm
shower. Okay, go do that, and then you can help after that.
Okay, you're gonna have to stay on top of it for a few more minutes.
that's fine.
Okay.
Yep, that's fine. I wish I knew how to knit. It's so womanly and I try my best, but it's difficult. It does. It takes practice and patience. And there's a lot of stuff out there now on YouTube that you can kind of follow, which I'm sure you know that. So,
Well, and something else is you got to get the muscle memory too.
mhm. Yep, she's absolutely right on that too. And just having the you wish that you could, start. You just want to kind of start slow. Excuse me. Well, I'm just winging it on a granny square right now because I'm wanting to make a top that kind of has like a floral center, and I have just enough of this variegated blue that I was trying to do that with. So we'll see. I don't know how far I'll get, but oh my. Okay.
Okay, maybe putting eyes on while doing this isn't a good thing either because I just put them on crooked.
Well, oh, I popped up. What do you know? It took me a minute on TV, that is. I can't tell that they look crooked from here, but I'm sure whenever you're looking at it, maybe
When
you
you
can
set it
tell.
down, he's like, "Rrr."
Oh, yeah.
And I had a feeling, but then when I kept holding it back, it was like, "Okay, it looks right." But I guess I
Right.
had it twisted in my hand a little bit, so
Uh,
that
yeah.
idea is out the window.
Well, I did do one just a smaller octopus just to kinda practice on,
Uh-huh.
and, I mean, he turned out okay, but it's the same thing. I thought I lined up the eyes just right. Well, then I go to sit it down on the mantle over there where I've kinda got my collection sitting until I get him put wherever for taking and whatever, but or wherever I'm gonna store market, but yeah, he's kinda sitting sideways.
Uh-huh.
Kinda, but he's still cute. I mean, because octopuses, they don't always just sit straight and perfect.
Right.
So it'll be all right for my for my first octopus. I don't think I did too bad. So I hope everyone had a great Valentine's Day. Well, it was quiet, but yes, we had a good day. I hope you enjoyed your time with family, Randy.
Okay, here we go.
Oh my gosh, I think I did it. Okay. Um, Well, I would have been so tempted to go back to Joann's even today, but it was like, no, I'm not going to because I'm just going to tell myself the sale is already over. The sale is already over, which it wasn't until today. It was through today, but it was like, nope, I'm just going to tell myself it's over.
Hello, Frenchie.
Hey, Frenchie, stepping lightly. Don't want to disrupt the connection. Oh no.
That's
No, be all right. It's not your fault, Frenchie. It's not your fault. But I will warn you, we haven't had issues yet, but we have been earlier. Sam was having issues, so just in case. I don't want to jinx anything, but I just putting out the warning. We had a nice lunch, and then I came home and did dishes and folded five loads of laundry. Oh my goodness. Well, it was about as romantic as my Valentine's Day. We didn't do anything. Yep, so far so good, Frenchie. Everything's going smooth right now. So, like I said, I don't want to jinx it. I feel like I need to move still. I feel like I'm. So did you do anything for Valentine's Day, Frenchie? Oh, that may be Lenora's TV, possibly. I don't know.
No, I got it turned off. Oh, I bet you're hearing you're probably hearing the fish tank.
Oh, okay, the fish tank. Okay.
Yeah, if it sounds like
Okay.
water dripping or whatever, it may be the fish
Yes.
tank.
Yep.
So I was like,
That's
I
probably
have
what
no
it is.
noise.
There you go.
They went out the door.
Okay, I need to figure this out. Got those two there. I got that. 3. Ew, I know what I did. I messed that up. Okay. Had chicken fettuccine. Oh. Yeah, that was kind of S here. Didn't do anything. Didn't do anything today either. But the weather is crappy right now, so it's rainy and cold and oh my gosh, my TV has froze over here and you should see your face, Lenore.
Oh God.
But mine doesn't look much better, but it's like you're squinting like, okay, what's going on?
Oh, I'm trying. This is a little tiny print, and I'm trying to read.
Right.
And if I blow it up to where I can read it, then I can't read the sentence that goes all the way across the screen.
Right.
It's a whole thing.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, we don't have any snow or anything right now, but it's supposed to, I think, turn to snow, they were saying, but it hasn't yet. But it's definitely been raining. Cold and rainy. It'd be prettier if we had snow, but with our luck, we'd just get ice. And I don't want that. Well, hello, Chosen. How are you this evening? Hello from Sweden. Okay, nope, I need just when I think I got it figured out, I don't. Okay, I'm gonna have to add one more.
Oh, that color on my octopus that I ran out of on the last tentacle.
Oh yeah.
Can't find it.
Oh, you can't find it anywhere?
Nope. So I'm just gonna
Oh,
take them all apart and make something else out of them.
yeah. You're feeling like spaghetti, so okay. You might have to elaborate on that, because spaghetti in your world means one of 10 million things, Chosen.
He just wanted to say spaghetti.
Yeah,
Remember?
it's kind of his little cursey word though too. I think it could be anything. That's why I said it could be one of 10,000 things. Don't say. Time is it for me, Lily? I believe because I
Yes,
think we're on the same time zone.
yes. Or at least we were last time.
Right? That's what I thought, but oh gosh. It's crochet time, I guess, too. I mean, whatever. Oh, okay.
I got little kids. I know that joke, Chosen.
Right? Exactly. Yeah, you are way behind us, Frenchie. In a way. It's kind of, yeah. So it seems like a big gap of time, but because I do have to remember it's like 2 to 3 hours.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, I know like for California and stuff, so I couldn't remember exactly for. Okay, I think I got it. Now I do have it figured out. Okay. 1:43 p.m. Okay. Yeah. If that's code for something, I have no idea.
No, it's just Chosen time.
Right. Right. Exactly. Maybe the computer. Okay. Okay. Two, two. Yeah, it has been. Two, it sounds like aliens gurgling water every 3 seconds.
Now, I'm gonna turn the TV back on so y'all can't hear that noise.
Oh gosh.
The phone
Well,
is
I never
literally
noticed it
sitting.
before.
It's sitting in the same spot as it normally does. It's just
Right,
a hair
yeah,
back from where it normally does. But I usually
right,
have the TV going and everything else.
right, and then it just yeah, and then you can't hear it. Yeah, because like I said,
Chosen.
I've not ever noticed it, so gurgle, gurgle, gurgle.
I'm gonna make him come in and fill up the fish tank.
Oh gosh. Oh, are we all having a coffee break? Randy's getting coffee.
I got mine. I got
I
mine
don't
ready
have
before you.
mine.
Nope.
I
As
have
soon
my
as you said we're
water.
gonna go live, I said I'm getting ready.
Right. Well, I got my water because I need to finish it. I need to finish the water that I have right now. And then I probably will get me some coffee. Sam usually makes some about now because I mean he'll be going on after I get off again. So because he was asking, well, you probably heard him. He was asking me if I was going to be off by midnight, and I said probably.
Maybe.
So well, and that's just it. Maybe we'll see. We'll see. Oh gosh. Well, I'm
Foot's
crocheting on a
already going to
granny
sleep.
square right now because I'm getting ready to do a top. So a summer top. So and then whatever you're crocheting, Lenora.
I'm making a frog.
Frog.
Yep. Well, I'm gonna try to make this frog. We'll see how it goes. So, the
Yeah.
night's not starting out too well right now.
Oh no.
Well, I already got one set of crooked eyeballs.
It'll be okay. It'll be
It
okay.
will. It will. We'll just shift.
There you go. True grit just
Oh,
ended.
bet you're thankful.
Howdy, Randy. Do you know Sandy Randy, whose middle name isn't Mandy? Sandy Mandy didn't eat candy and everything was dandy. Oh my. Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah, that guy. Yeah, that guy is so random.
Well, at least it's giving something to entertain you guys.
Right? Oh gosh. Yeah, so if it's just random silence, we can listen to the fish tank. We can just
Right?
be one with the fish. Be one with the
You
fish.
know that whole theory of listening to waterfalls is relaxing, and
There you go.
you just block it out. You don't hear it anymore.
Right? Yes, spaghetti is chosen.
Oh no, is it we have our alter ego on here? Yes, we do.
Yes. Yes, we do. He likes to play with these names. And then he gets put in name jail. But he always seems to find new names. Well, I went to start this last night, and it was later in the night, and I shouldn't have even done it. Shouldn't have even started it. And the pattern, whenever I first started reading it, it was like, oh boy. You could tell that it was probably somebody that would, their English is not, it was just going to be worded different. So I feared it was probably something overseas, possibly, because you could just tell but you could read it.
Right.
So I'm sitting there reading it. Oh, I see mum's a word. What is your favorite thing about crocheting? Were you forced to walk the plank? Joseph. Crochet spaghetti for dinner.
Oh my
Pen
god.
out.
I'll be back.
Okay.
Oh my god, if I can walk.
Oh no. I'm back. Instead of coffee, I grabbed a glass of milk and some Oreos. Oh my. Well, that's not, I mean, that's okay for a little snack.
Here's your spaghetti and meatballs, chosen. And it's crocheted, so we're still in the theme.
Oh, that is great. That is great.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, that is awesome.
I don't know why that just all of a sudden clicked with me.
Right?
I'm in there digging in the
I'm
toy
glad
box
it
and it
did,
was
because that
sitting
was
on a
perfect.
shelf.
Right? Hello, Dolly. Oh, Lizzie? Okay. Nora knows what's up. Well, anyway, I started out on this pattern. Well, then I couldn't even get past row 2 because I was like, these numbers are not jiving. Because she had it where you do two increase, then you did like a double crochet or something, and it was just the way it was worded. It was like, okay, this is not panning out because there should be like 2 or 3 or so, however many stitches still. So finally, I just messaged her and I was like, is there a typo? Was there something, Well, I went ahead and went to bed. So as I'm looking at it, just said, this is for the head. And I'm reading it and I'm like, Johnny, you are such a dork. Because in my fresh brain, then looking at it, I knew what she meant then, because two increases, it would have been to do 2 increases.
Uh-huh.
One set of 2 single crochet and then another set of 2 single crochet. But in my head at the time, it was just like, that does not make sense to me. I cannot figure it out. So I had even told her, I said, I'm sure I'm missing something. So I appreciate your help, whatever. Well, then, of course, I did. I went ahead and messaged her back and I said, yeah, it was me. Sorry. But thank you for getting back to me. And so she even said, she was like, oh, no problem. She was like, don't worry about it. If you have any other questions or need help, just get a hold of me. So there's been a time or two with how she has things worded. Definitely if it's somebody that doesn't crochet or hasn't crocheted a lot, it would be hard for them. It would be very hard.
Yeah, that goes back to that learning with everybody creating their own style of writing. So you don't have like just a couple of things that you switch your brain to. It's like everybody's like, well, I'm not writing that way. And they're all doing their own thing.
Right. Right. Yeah. But she was at least very nice about it and stuff. And so it was like, okay.
Well, and sometimes we need a fresh brain to kind of fix them problems.
Yes. And my brain was not there last night.
I think so.
Okay, we'll get to fishing.
You're glitching so good.
Yeah, I'm incognito tonight.
Oh yeah, she hasn't been on here. I don't think. Whenever you've been on?
No, I don't think so. Maybe once.
Because there was a time in there that we hadn't heard anything out of her for a while. So, speaking of doing your own thing, good night, all-nighters.
Are you leaving us?
Onto bigger and better things.
Well, there goes our entertainment.
Sometimes he comes back.
I know.
It's back.
I just like harassing him.
Right. Am I still glitching? Because somebody said I was glitching. So
it comes and goes. It's not as bad as what it was.
Yeah. What are we, chopped liver? Well, possibly. I guess if he's choosing, I don't know. He may have a hot date. Who knows?
That's a good one.
I was gonna say so, but I'm not going to.
No.
Can't.
Nice.
It was in reference to something that you had texted me last night.
Oh, well, that's great. Like, I'm gonna remember that, and you're on my phone, I can't even look to see. Never mind, I
Oh
just
god.
remembered. Don't even start that one. God.
That's what I said. I'm not gonna say
That was
anything.
I'm telling you what, I had more words, but I had to stop.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yeah, because that's why my brain stopped at, "Oh my goodness," and that's, because yeah.
Sheltered life is what I all I could think. 'Cause that coulda been taken yeah, that coulda just gone south really fast, really quick.
Right, right. Oh gosh, yeah. Good, Frenchie, good. I don't wanna be glitching. I know that I might every now and then, but so yeah, I'd really it would have been great if I could have worked on my Darth Vader even now, but it was nope. If I couldn't even make it past row 2 last night and I'm crocheting now this late and later, no, it probably wouldn't have been good. And there's no telling what I would have ended up with if I would have, because yeah.
There's just certain things you gotta wait until in the morning.
Yes, and he's gonna be one of them, because I am very much taking my time on it and stuff because it's a little bit more involved than the other stuff that I've been working on, so
Right.
and I'm enjoying it though. I am liking it. I did get his arms made, and so now I'm getting ready to work on the body. I hadn't started it yet because I just wanted to wait to start on it. So
Think about all I've gotten done today is just sew the pieces onto that head.
oh yeah.
I don't think I've Yeah, but I don't think I've oh, no. I was working on the body and got all the way down to the last round and realized I had messed it up clear back at row 5
Oh
and
my
had to take it all
gosh.
back out.
Yeah.
Which I thought something it wasn't big enough in proportion to the head, but I have other patterns for
Right.
loveys that the head is humongous and the body, it's like
Yeah.
and I didn't realize it until I started doing decreases and then I was short stitches and
Right.
I think I was short like 10 stitches because I completely left out an entire increase row.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Yeah, and you can't
You can't
really
can't
yeah,
fudge
you
it at
can't.
that point.
No, you can't.
So I took it all back out,
Yeah.
started over. And I tell you what, after doing single crochets all the time, then they're like, "Okay, now we're gonna double crochet." Man, I don't know how many times I kept forgetting to yarn over. I had to
Yep.
totally retrain my brain.
Right. Well, I know going from, because I was using earlier for the Darth Vader, I was using the F hook because I'm using worsted weight, of course, for it, and was a big. Usually my G hook, I think, so small, but it's feeling right now
Oh yeah.
in comparison because I'm not used to using, like I'm pretty sure it was the F hook. I think it was, and it's not even that small really, but in comparison to me, usually going for my H or my I hook is my favorites.
Can you get me the two little dogs I did last night, please? It's in the basket. Thank you. Okay, so I got the Pogly place, or Poggy's place, dogs,
Oh yeah,
and I'm trying to think of what hook size it's. Oh, I think it said 5.5 is what it said on there.
right.
So I made the first one. I'm not impressed. Does not look anything like it. So I'm like, okay, I have looser tension than she does, obviously.
Yeah,
So
right.
this is a whatever now. So
Well, it
I
kind of
shrunk
looks like a
down.
little bear.
No, somebody will love it. It's not me, but somebody will. Anyway, so I'm like, okay, I need to shrink down to her tension because you can tell in the picture, it's real tight. So I
Right.
shrink it down to a 4 hook. Still
It,
does not look like a
I was
well,
gonna
it
say
doesn't.
it still looks the same. Yeah.
Right. Only it's smaller.
Right. So what's the difference?
I
Is
don't
she
know.
doing stitches to is she doing some kind of stitches to mold the face shape?
Well, you get your little you probably can't really see it. See, you get your little
Right.
bobble stitches, but on the pattern, it looks like
Right.
her bottom is like decreases right before the row above the legs to make it look rounder,
Okay. Right.
but it's not in the instructions that way. So I thought it had to be my tension, not making it, suck in the way it was
Right.
supposed to. So I don't know, but I'm not real happy with the dogs. So don't get those yet.
Okay.
Cuz this was supposed to be a little chihuahua. And granted, it doesn't really look like a chihuahua in the pattern, but unless you put it with all the other dogs, but this
Yeah.
still is not the shape that she has in the pictures. But that is,
Right.
I worked the pattern twice and I didn't mess it up. This one
Right.
just, and I can see a difference like shape wise between the two,
Yeah.
but in the pattern, it looks like it comes like in a ball, but it comes in tighter
Right.
at the
Yeah.
legs to give it more of
Right.
a, you know,
A dog face.
and
Yeah.
yeah. So I was like, yeah, I'm not liking those. So it's gonna be fun to hear what everybody says these are because these are now a whatever it is.
I mean, it's cute though. I mean, it's a cute little
What?
face, but yeah, I understand what you're saying. It doesn't have the exact shape,
Right.
because you think you're gonna get I mean, it's supposed to look like a dog, you know?
Well, at least in imagine, a pretend dog. It
Well,
doesn't
yeah.
look. Hang on, and I'll pull it up and I'll show you.
Because to me, it looks like a little bear face is what it looks like,
A
you know?
bear. What was the other thing we came up with? There was something else we came up with as far
Yeah,
as the face of it, and it's just like,
right. Yeah, so on this end, that's what it looks like, kinda like a little bear, or
right.
something. Little bear cub or something, but
I said, well, now it's a hamster, and my daughter's like, I don't think it's that.
Oh gosh.
Okay, see how it like round. It comes
Oh,
in
gotcha, yeah.
smaller.
Mhm. Yep, yep. I
So
getcha.
there's no way the instructions that she has with this makes that shape. 'Cause there's
Right.
nothing pulling it in the instructions, pulling it in smaller before the feet.
Right.
And by the time I made the second one, I was just aggravated and wasn't gonna experiment.
Right.
'Cause I don't wanna have to go back and rewrite your pattern to get it to look the way that you made it.
Right.
That ma you know?
Well, I
That's why I
even whenever I was having, but it was my own glitchy brain, in this instance for me, it was me. And, I even went back to read people's reviews just to make sure if there was
right,
something, because sometimes if there is, it'll say what it is, and then you don't have to bother him. But I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and message her just in case. So I don't
right.
know, maybe you could message her and ask her or something.
Well, I thought about that, but I'm gonna work the other patterns and
Yeah,
see if maybe something just got copy and pasted because that's her
gotcha.
standard pattern that her
Yeah.
base
Yeah,
pattern that
she's
she uses
yeah,
on a lot
and
of 'em.
that's what I do kinda like about her is that is
Right.
here and there, so yeah.
I think I had one other of her patterns that I wasn't real happy with, but, considering out of all the patterns she's made, there's only been 2, that to me are kinda
Right.
irritating. I'll take it for the
Yeah.
win.
Oh, yeah. Well, I haven't done my little alien and spaceship thing yet. I have that yet that I haven't done. I think I've done all of the patterns now that I have ordered off of her. I just haven't done that one yet. And I did get my one sweater all the way done. I got the little sleeve finished and have it on my mannequin to steam it, but I haven't done it yet. It would have taken me all of maybe 5 minutes to steam it, but I haven't done it. And I need to get it put up. Today was my that was one of my plans today was to get all my stuff kind of put up online and everything, but I didn't because I was trying to clean on the house some and cook and crochet and all the things, and so I guess that might be on my agenda for tomorrow now. In the beginning of the day, we had sun and I was like, "Okay, this is nice," but it didn't last long.
I don't even think we had sun. I think we've been under cloud cover all day.
Yeah, I mean, it just peaked out just, like, for a little bit, and that was it.
Yeah.
And ever since then, it's not no, haven't seen none of it because it's definitely been cloudy and rainy the rest of the time. And I just wanted to get it all out of its system and be done because, ugh, I don't wanna go into March with a bunch of crap or even into April because we've had snow in April,
We've had
so
snow in May.
oh, yeah. Now, I don't remember anything with May for us, but definitely April.
It was, like, at the very beginning of the month,
Oh, yeah.
but I only remember it, like, one time.
Yeah. My gosh, Luna, she's over there snoring away. Oh, that's changed.
What is it?
Well, I was just looking at like for the chat stuff and everything, and it looks different. I don't know if I don't know that it's really like changed to like that it's going to affect anything really, but oh, what's the favorite thing about crocheting? Oh, just being able to create and just, I don't know.
Finishing the project.
And yeah, that too. I mean, having a sense of accomplishment, because like right now, frankly, and Lenora and I were talking about this, it's like whenever you start seeing your stash dwindle, it's like, oh, I have actually accomplished something. It's exciting because it's like, oh, I've actually been making stuff, and watching it, yeah, and watching your project transform, into what you're making, looking at it later, being like, oh wow, I made that, you know. So there's a lot of things. Going to yarn shops and looking at yarn and shopping and all that. I could stay in a yarn shop all day long.
I can't, and I proved that theory. Just because me and my mother had an argument over it.
Oh,
Well, we didn't
God.
argue about it, but it was pretty much she said I could, and I said I can't. Because she had gone shopping
Uh-huh.
and spent 7 hours in Walmart.
Oh my. Now, no. I can't do 7 hours in Walmart. I know that.
No, but I said, because I kept saying 7 hours, really? And she kept checking her time, and when she knew she left and when she knew she'd come home, I kept going, I'm like, that's 7 hours. You won't leave home for family functions, but you'll go to Walmart for 7 hours, right? Okay. So
Yeah.
I said, Mom, I can't even spend 7 hours in a craft store. And she said, oh, yeah, you could. I was like, nah, I can't do it. I can't. So next time I went yarn shopping,
Uh-huh.
I called her and I said, 2 hours. That's all I could do.
2 hours. Oh my
I
gosh.
get bored. I mean, how many times are you gonna look at the same thing? So it's just like, well, now
Right.
we're done. Nothing else in the store interests me. So
Well, I guess it's more if it's somewhere new for me, Now, no, I'm not just gonna go and spend 7 hours in Hobby Lobby every week. I can't do that. And like you said, you pretty well basically know what's there unless you're sometimes I do have my blinders on and I'm only looking for certain things like the fur yarn. It's never been anything that I wore for what, but now that I'm doing some of the animal stuff and whatever, I just have never seen her to come across it.
right.
So, whenever it's like that, but whenever I am just going to look, Yeah, I could go to Hobby Lobby, like, every few weeks or once a month, maybe spend an hour or 2 or whatever. But if it's somewhere new and I can totally look and browse and it's all new stuff and all kinds of textures and colors and brands that I've never seen and things like that, that's different. I
Yeah,
can
it's gotta
spend
be
quite a bit of
never
time.
seen, because if it starts looking like everything
Right,
else, then I'm out. And in all
right.
fairness, she
Yeah.
doesn't go
And I
she
can I can agree with that to an extent too.
Yeah, but she only goes to the store, like, once a month or maybe once
Oh,
in 3 months' time,
oh
because I
yeah.
said, "What in the world were you in the store for that long?" She said, "Well, I hadn't seen anything for a while." So she literally walked every inch of that store.
She was getting her steps in.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh my gosh. Well, you know, long for her, then,
Yeah.
good for her at
Well,
the time to do it, you
she
know?
she says, "Well, I was out of almost everything." I said, "Mom, that's not the point." I said, "I understand you needed to go buy groceries." I said, "But 7
Right,
hours in Walmart."
right. Oh my gosh. Now, what I could do 7 hours, and I know we have done it before, if me and my best friends go and have lunch somewhere, we have literally sat there for hours.
Yes.
But we tip them very nicely. I mean, but if they're busy and there's then it's like, no, we know not to do it. But if it's somewhere and it's a time where it is not busy and we can sit and do it, we do. But we tip them very nicely because they still take care of us and stuff. And sometimes we've been there long enough to go ahead and have a dessert if we didn't want one right away or something and have a little bit
Right.
more coffee or whatever. So it's like, but we know waitresses and stuff too, so we kinda know. But that is something that I could actually sit and do. I could sit and spend a lot of time
Yeah,
just
but
sitting
you got somebody to
chatting
sit there
in a
and talk
restaurant
with
or a
you.
coffee shop.
Yeah.
Because we do have, like, a little, coffee shop that's not far from us that they have, like, 2 different sections of the coffee shop area, like, where you can very much go in the back and spend all day if you want to. They have it set up where if you wanna take your computer in, laptop and stuff, there's some people that go in there and just will that's where they sit and work.
Yeah.
And so it makes it kinda nice, you know? So there will be a lot of time, quite a few times, that's where we will go and just hang out in the back area because there was one day I went and I was by myself and I took a book and I was gonna eat my lunch and stuff and just get some stuff done. And there was a lady sitting behind me. She had her little earphones in and she was sitting crocheting. I was like, oh, I should have brought my crochet too. But I hadn't.
Mhm.
Okay, I'll be right back. Well, I grabbed my octopus so you can see what I'm talking about. He's a little loppy. Because his one eye, I thought whenever I did it, but no, he's lopsided. So, anyway, I'm going to try it again. But because the baubles, whenever I was doing them, looked like they were even, looking at them whenever I originally did it.
Right.
But then whenever I went and did the eyeball and put the eyes in, it was like, okay, I got them even. I got them in the right. And it was like, no, you don't. Too late. So anyway.
Yeah, never snap the backs on until you look at it for a minute.
Oh, yeah. And I thought I was, but no, I wasn't. So there you go. Loppy little
Well,
whatever. So,
it's kind of like the eyeballs on that dinosaur. You couldn't really tell it. I can't really tell it. I see it, but it's not, I don't think it's as bad as what you think it is.
well, and I didn't see anything. Yeah, like you said, I didn't see on yours either. But anyway, it is
I
what it
think
is.
he'll
And I
be
haven't
just
got any
fine.
section cuts on him yet, but
Yeah, I think he turned out really good.
so for my first one again, it was okay. And I just wanted to do a little one to start out just to see.
Right.
So, but anyway, like I said, I haven't got any suction cups on him or anything yet. And it had a trim to go around it, but whenever I went to do the trim around the tentacles, it was making them all stretched out like straight, and I don't want them straight.
Is it
I want them
straight
to
in the
be a little
picture?
bit curly.
Is it straight in the picture?
No. I mean, some of them are a little bit, and some of them, then others, they look like they were a little bit curly. So, but I want mine to be curly.
Right.
So, anyway, I just left the
I
trim
think
off.
that I think that falls in that category of nobody else knows what the pattern looks like, so they're not gonna know it's missing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that's true. So, and I'm not worried about that. That doesn't bother me. But
Right.
because I feel like if I go ahead and put the suction cups on anyway, it's still going to look right. I mean, it's going to be fine, you know.
Yeah.
So, but that's all that I do have left to do on him is just do these suction cups. Which in the pattern, the lady that did it, she was like, "I went crazy on the suction cups. You don't have to. You don't have to go as crazy as I did." Yeah, she did. She did a butt ton of suction cups, and I'm like, "Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be doing that many."
Right.
So, and then this was what I was talking about the other night that it was supposed to be a fox. And
It looks like
yeah,
an Ewok.
I know. It's just, yeah, so there you go.
You can put him with your Darth Vader.
Maybe and that'll be fine. And that will
Right?
be fine. And I do have an Ewok pattern that I found too that I'm hoping. We'll see. I don't know. One thing at a time. So, and a Yoda. I have Ewok, Yoda. What was the other one? Crud. I can't remember the name. I can see it in my head. Anyway, it was another Star Wars one that I was wanting to try too. So we'll see. I got to get Darth Vader done first. And I did see a C3PO, but it's like, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know that I want to get that involved. And an
Yeah.
R2D2 too. There's an R2D2, but I don't know that I don't know that I want to attempt though. I don't know that I'm that adventurous right now. The Darth Vader is enough for me right now.
Right.
Because even the Chewbacca that I found and um and Yoda, they were pretty easy. They're pretty easy. They're pretty simple from the way it looks and kind of reads a little bit. So we'll see. My ceiling fan blades, for some reason, are making that clicking sound tonight, and I don't remember them ever really doing that.
Don't worry about it. Nobody can hear it.
Okay. I can hear it though. Oh my gosh. And I guess maybe it's because usually there's noise and everything that drowns it out too, and
Right?
I just don't hear it. Now, which frog is it that you're making? Is it one that kind of sits up, or is it?
Well, he sits like a regular, sits like this,
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah.
and then he has lips on him too.
Yes, that's the one you were telling me about.
Yes,
Yep.
and it's not. I don't know. Well, I'm probably struggling because I ain't made one in so long, so I forgot where all my little quirky things were.
Oh,
Because I don't like working in the round. I just don't.
yeah.
I don't like having to try to
Yeah.
figure out how to get my eyeballs lined up when part of the row is down here and part of the row is clear up here. I don't like it.
Right. Yeah.
So I just,
I'm not a fan of it either, but
yeah. So, everybody can do their own thing. So I joined.
right.
Well, when you join, your seam doesn't travel as bad as it does in the round. So I have to like adjust for that.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot all about it until I was doing the back legs, and it was like, great, what did I do?
Yeah. Right.
But it's all right. Figure it out.
Yeah, I don't like doing in the round either, and if I do in the round, I always have to have a marker. I mean,
Yeah,
I
ow.
just
Everybody,
together, then I feel yeah, I always have to have markers.
yeah, I don't know. And I know everybody's like, oh, it leaves a seam. Well, not in the plush, it doesn't.
Right.
And if it kind of does on the others, but that's where you just get clever about where you're putting your seam.
Yeah. Well, I know working with this black, with that I'm working on, with it being overcast and so I he went over the lamp sitting right here now. He moved this over, moved the I don't know if you can well, yeah, you can kind of see it, I guess. He moves it over and it has the adjustable thingy, where you can bend it, with the one light. And I was like, what is he doing? And he was plugging it in for me and like spotlighting me. He goes, well, can you see better with that? And it was like, because he could tell that I was struggling, because it was just like, I was like, real intense, you know?
Right.
And I was like, which I appreciated it, because I was just like, okay. And it did help. I mean, and
Yeah.
I really do. I need to get some kind of light or something. And I have contemplated at different times doing it, you know, for stuff like that. But I definitely need light whenever I'm working with black, yes. But I've not ever gotten just one of those spotlight like light type things that some people have, you know.
Yeah, that's why I have the light I have.
Yeah. I've seen different crocheters with them, you know, but I've not
I
ever
don't
got one yet.
I don't have any of those because they have blue light and that messes with my eyes. But
Yeah.
I got the floor lamp that's got the 3 lamps
Mhm.
on it. And I can just
Right. Yeah.
swivel them whichever way, and
Right.
that works just fine. Because this is that black yarn that I was working with,
Oh, yeah, that's what yeah, mhm.
and if you ask me, sometimes this is worse than the regular black because 'cause it's got all the squiggles in it and everything.
Yes,
Oh my
'cause that's
Lana.
like what I did one of the my chickens in was
Yes,
similar to that.
yes.
Yes, and it's almost worse. I love
Like,
the way it looks, but I don't like working with it.
yeah, it's almost psychedelic. You move it just a little bit and you're
Mhm.
like, "Whoa."
Yes, but that shade for chickens, it is I mean, it's
It's
popular it was
it's a
popular
good
for me
color.
anyway. Yeah.
There again, that was one of them little small skeins, and
Mhm.
I got 4 chickens out of it, I think, maybe 5 chickens. 2 big ones and
Right?
then 3 small ones, I think's what I
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's pretty good.
yeah, because here's the small one.
Oh,
I
that's
gotta
cute.
I gotta put his face on him.
Yeah, that is cute. I like that. Yep. Yeah, I need to get some medium-sized chickens done because I still have some left if I can ever find them. They're I don't know. I don't know, but anyway, I will find them eventually. But anyway, I need to because I have had requests for people, they want more of like a medium-sized chicken now. So, and not that mine are huge, but they are a little bit bigger. And then I do have the smaller ones that I've made, but so I do need to get a few of those done too. And I have one market that my sister-in-law told me about, and it's outside, and it's that week. I think it's over Memorial Day weekend, I think is when it lands on. But I don't know if I want to do it because it's outside. And during that time of year, I just don't know how the weather's going to be. And I don't know if I want to mess with a tent yet.
Well,
So
outdoor
I
events are
don't know.
just that way. It doesn't matter what time of year it is.
I know. I know. It's just I don't know if I want to mess with it. That's just it. I don't know if I want to mess
Right.
with outside, you know, and but I need to be deciding because it's over 3 days, and it would probably very much be worth doing. You know, it's only $20.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And it's a 3-day
So
event?
yes.
Wow. I don't know.
So I don't know.
I would do it, but that's just me.
Yeah, I know. And I mean, there's part of me that I do. I really do want to. But then it's like, okay, Sam.
That's what I'm
Because,
thinking. That is
you
what
know,
I'm thinking.
because there's no reason why he couldn't. He doesn't have to stay the whole time. He can just be there to help me set up and help me tear
Right.
down.
Yep.
And just if I need anything in between, which really is not far from where I live. So it's not like I'd be very far away, to where if I needed anything.
He may not have any problem at all helping you, but you have to ask him.
Well, yes, I know this, but whenever I ask sometimes, I get and I don't like hearing that because then I have to remind him, "Do you realize how hard it was for me to ask you in the first place, and then you meet me with that?" Which, now that he's older, it's not as bad. Usually, if I just come and ask him and say, "Hey, I got this and whatever, can you?" Then, usually he'll say yes. But yeah, I think I just have a memory of the
No, I
too
get it.
much.
I totally get it. I know exactly what sounds you're saying, and the first thought went through my head was roll your eyes and you're getting it.
You're no longer gonna have vision. Is what's gonna happen. Oh my gosh. So yes. So that, I need, yeah. So yes, I do. And he has even said, because I've talked about that before, he has even said, I don't care about, coming and helping you or whatever. But it was like, well, then why can't you just say okay and then just not complain?
Well,
But,
yeah.
you know, and it used to be when he was younger, you could kind of, bribe him with something. Well, you can't really do that anymore.
I
I
don't
mean, you can
bribe.
to an extent,
I
but
don't
not
bribe.
really. It just really, there's nothing anymore because my gosh, if they, have a job and they have money, they can get whatever they want anyway. They're just going to go do it anyway. And so there isn't really that anymore. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, you really can't do it anymore. Once they get to a certain age, you can't. So,
Yeah, no. That didn't last long here.
yeah.
So now it has just turned into you're a member of the family and I expect you to act as such.
Right.
Because
Well, and we've had
that
that
can be
conversation
subject to
too.
change.
Because that is seriously something that has been brought up. And even, because, he moved out and then he moved back in, then he moved out and then he moved back again. And so it's like, okay, it's just respect of the house because they're the first round whenever he was a lot younger, whenever he came back, it was like, okay, I'm good with you being here. I mean, I'm perfectly fine with it. But there's rules to the house too.
Yeah.
Even though you're older and you can do what you want and you're considered an adult, it's respect of the house. So if you're going to be gone, I don't need to know what you're doing. I don't need to know all your business.
Exactly.
But it
Exactly.
would be nice to know if you're coming home or not. So then I'm not sitting up, or if I wake up in the middle of the night and it's 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and I still don't, and you're not here, then my mom brain is going to go places, and I don't want to worry about that. So how about, okay,
Right.
throw me a bone because he is bad about, he's getting better, but he's still not good. He's still bad about not answering whenever you text him. And it's like, again, it's just respect of the house kind of. And what if something isn't happening? What if something might be happening and you don't know it, whatever, and we're trying to get a hold of you and stuff like that. So, because it used to always be, well, if I wasn't here, you wouldn't know what I was doing anyway. And it's like, well, okay, but that's not it. That's not what we're doing. You are here. So he used to always, whenever he was younger, bring that up. And his brother did it a lot more than he did. And I was like, but that's not what we're talking about.
Yep.
So I said, it's just, again, respect to the house. There's rules, and there's rules that we live by.
It's no different than you saying, "I'm leaving. We'll be
Right,
back tomorrow," or
right.
I'll be back later," whatever. You know what happens if I leave? Yeah, you know
And
what happens if I leave and nobody has clock of where I'm at or yeah,
uh-huh.
my phone is going off. I am not the parent. My phone is going off. So, what are you doing? "Oh, nothing. What are you
Right.
doing?" Are you My one has figured
Oh,
out
it's
if I
happened.
answer well, my one has figured out if I answer in a certain tone, I'm in the yarn store and I'm not telling him.
It's the yarn voice, right?
I swear
Oh
to
my
God that
gosh.
every time.
Oh
Won't
my
hear
gosh.
won't hear nothing for a week and let me step in the yarn store and he's gonna call me. "So what you doing?"
Right. Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, my kids, oh my gosh, especially whenever I was younger, if we were going at it on something, or if I was having to get after them about something or whatever, it would be so funny because then my day would change because I'd be out, oh, hello, this is Joanna. How, whatever. My phone is my work phone too, so my clients would get a hold of me on there too. So, and they would just look at me like, how did you just do that? It was like, what? Because I would just change so quickly on my voice because, I was in mom mode and then I switched to, my other mode of, answering the phone professionally. Well,
Well,
how come you can just change like that?
because 'cause they're not the ones irritating you. Direct it to who it belongs
Right,
to.
exactly. It's like, because you're not listening to me. Oh my gosh. But it was so funny because they just stand there and look at me like I was an alien, and I was like, hey, it's possible. Where's my, oh, there it is. Oh, I thought I was going down for a minute. Okay. Oh boy. Oh, oh. I'm just gonna. Oh no, no.
What?
Oh, I'm talking to myself.
Okay.
Oh, I think it's the same person that was on that one night, maybe. watch me crochet a blanket is what it said. So I was like, oh, I'll go look and see.
Can't do it. I've tried. Can't do it.
I'm not saying I'm going to be able to do it either, but I'm in there just to check it, just to be nosy.
Oh, I know. I do the same thing. I'm like, oh, okay. I'll, it background noise basically. And then I'm just like, just can't do it. It's kind of like the reels. If they're teasing us with, let me show you what my new make, and then I got to watch 5 minutes of them crocheting. I'm out. I don't care what you
Right,
make.
right. Well, like right now, I'm like, come on.
See?
I'm trying to move her hand faster. like, I'm like, okay. Yeah, I can't do it either. Okay.
Hold up.
We're out. We're out. We're backing out.
If they ain't moving, I just can't do it. Now, if
Well,
they stay moving,
right.
or making it interesting or something like that, then yeah.
Right.
Because there are some that do a good job.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But I don't know.
I don't know. Angle makes a big difference too.
True. True. And if that and if that is what they're having, to actually that's what they're specifying to watch them, then
Right.
you expect to,
Right.
to be that's what you're going to be
And
seeing.
yeah. Ain't no different than us sitting on here crocheting and people watching. But it's just the way, I don't know. There's some I can watch and some I can't.
But the thing is, it's yes, we're crocheting, but we're also just sitting here chatting and whatever too, and just kind of a
Right.
mix of whatever and stuff too. I don't put on here, oh, come watch me crochet, which is fine. One of these days I might, and turn the camera around to show my hands and be yakking and maybe not yak. I
I
don't
won't
know.
watch
Have
you.
some music.
I won't watch you.
What?
I can't do
I
the hand.
don't have any desire to do that, but I'm just
I know.
saying,
I don't know what
I
it
might
is,
get a
but
wild hair and decide to, but
yeah, I know.
I
But the
doubt it.
ones that only show their hands, those are the
Yeah.
ones that I can't stay with it.
Yeah, and that's what she was doing, and I'm just kinda like but then it's like her hook kept getting hung up and whatever, and then it's like, "But I wanna see your face, I wanna connect with you, I wanna see who you
Oh,
are, and I wanna" something, but yeah, no, I can't do it. Yeah. Because the ones that I watch that do the crochet, they'll have where they kind of show snippets of them crocheting. They'll talk about what they're doing, talking about their yarn, and trying to make it,
right.
more interesting, like you said, and showing like even at the end or something, their finished product type thing or whatever. And
Okay, here's our finished product.
he is cute. I like him.
You gotta love the lips. I'm telling you. That's the whole reason why I bought this pattern.
It makes
He's
it.
just like, hello.
It makes it.
It does make it. And I have tried 1,000,001 frog patterns, and I think
Yeah,
this one is probably my favorite. It
right.
gets a little, I don't know. You got to get these legs just right because you bunch them up and sew them down.
Oh, okay.
But other than that, I mean, it's a fast, simple make, and then he's got them lips, and it's just
I
like
know.
they're
It's
frog
just like,
lips.
hey. Oh gosh. Well, just like with the little and everything, there's all her little
Yep.
teeth and all that, It's the same thing with those little things, that just like, oh my gosh, that's the cutest stinking
Right.
thing I ever saw in life,
Yep.
2 a.m. I just took a cornmeal cake with guava paste out of the oven. Oh my gosh, at 2 a.m.? You are an overachiever.
Sounds good though.
And that's what I was getting ready to say. It honestly sounds good.
Made me stop and think, what did I eat for supper? But I know what I had.
Well, I just threw something together because last night I just did not feel like cooking. I just didn't have it in me. Whitney got a TV dinner. That's what he got. And basically a TV dinner, I guess. And I don't even remember what I had. I think I had some rice and beans left over in the refrigerator, just enough to a little bit. Because I just wasn't even hungry. Nothing really sounded good. And even tonight, it was just like, I don't want to cook and I don't really know what to cook. So I did chicken and vegetables, is all I did.
I think it's the winter, middle of winter.
Yeah.
Because we've been doing that for a while. We're all hungry, but nothing sounds good. And
Right.
nobody wants to cook
Yeah.
because nothing sounds good.
Right. And usually, I don't mind cooking and I can come up with something. Even whenever I'm indecisive, I can usually come up with something a little bit. But no, I just haven't the last few days at all. But Whitney did get deer roast out, so I have it in the crock pot going for tomorrow.
Oh, that sounds good.
So yeah. It will be yummy.
Yeah, it will.
So- And Luna, of course, every time she goes in the kitchen, she's sniffing the air like mad. She can smell it cooking.
That's when I like to do things too. It's at nighttime.
Yeah,
The sun starts going down, you're hitting my time.
right. I like to cook and do things around the house during the night and early morning because in the morning I'm sleepy. Oh, yeah. I used to be much more of a very late night owl when my kids were younger because that was the time that I could always do stuff for me and get stuff done while they were in bed. But now that they're older and out of the house, basically, I mean, yeah, Sam's still here, but he's an adult, he can fend for himself. But I I still stay up late, but not near like not near as late as what I used to. It'd be nothing for me to be, but anymore I don't stay up that late usually. Has been times, but it's like of an evening I do kind of get my second wind or something.
Right.
So
Yeah, because all day long I'm just like, oh, I can't wait till bedtime. And as soon as that sun goes down, I'm like, let's clean the
yes,
house. Let's get this done. Let's do that.
right, right. Oh yeah,
So what do you all want to do?
right. Well, I was thinking about going to bed, but
I was thinking about earlier that, what was it? I think it was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday because you were on yesterday during the day. So
during the day, yeah.
last night I was like, you really jacked up my whole routine going back to days because you being on at nights. I'm like, hey, I got somebody at night.
Right, right, right. Which I don't mind doing night at all either, but then it's kinda like, okay, it's kinda nice to be on during the day though occasionally, you know?
Right.
There's something different, you know? But yeah, nighttime is not bad either.
Well, and there's just some that, they don't make the nighttime, but they can
Yes.
make the daytime.
Right. Right. So, I don't know. I could pick a day a week and be kinda on a schedule for doing, like, 1 day a week, you know, or
How
something,
about you
but
just do you and what you feel like
and
doing?
that's what I was getting ready to say. I've been just doing whatever, and it's been doing just fine, so why
Yeah,
change it, you know?
'cause
So
every time you start setting a set plan, that's when
I
everything goes
something's gonna
haywire.
go I know. Something's gonna happen, you know? So,
That's why
yeah.
it just ended with, "I'll see you next time," and then
Right? I'll see you when
yeah, get over it.
yeah. Oh,
Thinking
well,
about
I didn't put it up, but I guess I didn't.
and what are you working on again?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, I am getting the a granny square panel done to do
Okay.
like a more of a spring like a summer top. I thought about doing kind of a halter type style, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that or not, or if I'll do more just like a tank top type. Because I've done one before. I'm trying to no. Yes. And more the tank type. But if I do halter, I won't be able to do a halter, I don't think, with this. Because it's too open. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I will. Let's see. I haven't decided yet. It's gonna be a top eventually, so start.
Time out.
Well, one thing at least now, we aren't shocking each other all over the place, and oh my gosh, every time I would go to turn a light on, I was getting shocked. And Luna, she'd get off the couch and she'd just be snappity snapping everywhere. So I moved the humidifier out here because I'd had it in the bedroom, whenever Whitney had his pneumonia and stuff. After he got home from the hospital, I had set it up in there for him. And oh my gosh, it feels so much better in here because it was just so dry.
Yes,
Actually,
it is
let's see.
cold here.
Cold. Yeah.
What's the temperature? No, on your phone. It says 26, but it's like 12. Ah, okay. Here it's 26 and feels like 12.
Yeah. Oh, you're in harsh heat, so you're in the middle of your summer, I guess? Yeah, because it's cold here. I don't know exactly what the temperature is, but
The wind's blowing really bad here.
yeah. It was earlier here. Whenever I just let Luna out here this last time, it kind of was. She didn't stay out very long.
It wasn't too bad during the day, but I've noticed
Yeah,
since the sun went down, it's been getting worse.
right.
Well, you're doing pretty good so far.
Sometimes I don't interact much online because I still difficulty understanding spoken English, but I'm studying to improve. Oh yeah, you're doing awesome, Michelson. Honestly,
Maybe we should be careful with what English she's learning.
true.
We might be her bad influence.
Oh gosh.
I should have worked on my hello, CJ.
Oh, hello. Yeah.
My mini meat market. I'm stuck in this frog.
Your mini meat market.
Yeah, it's a bunch of different little meat pieces, like there's
Oh my
sausage and
gosh.
steak, grilled chicken, a turkey
Oh
or
my
a chicken,
gosh.
um, ribs. Can't remember if there was anything else with it or not.
Oh my gosh. I had
Oh,
never
it's a
seen those.
ham. A ham is one of them. See, look.
Oh my. Oh my gosh.
I did right. So
Oh my
this
gosh.
designer, she came out with 2 other vegetable packs. One was like a
Oh
squash,
yeah.
different types of squash, and,
Right.
um, yeah, I think chicken thigh well,
Chicken.
no, this was supposed to be ham, but I think there is a chicken thigh in the, pattern. Wings, I
Oh
think's what
my.
it is. Um,
Oh wow.
anyway, she had squash, so that was all your different varieties of squash and your pumpkin,
Oh yeah.
and then she had the
Okay.
vegetables, which was corn, peas. Oh, my helper's failing me. Carrots. Anyway, there was a selection of vegetables. So
Okay.
we took one of each. Well, we made up a bunch of them. Anyway, we took one of each and we stuck it in a sack like and stapled it shut for like a vegetable pack. So now I want to take the different meats and make the same pack, sack to go. So that way you could have your little meat sack and your vegetable sack.
There. Yes. That would be cool. Yes.
I just have to remember to.
The butternut squash, the crookneck squash, the zucchini.
No, the vegetables, dear.
Yeah, that's the vegetables I made. Carrots and corn. With carrots and corns.
Carrots, corns, peas.
I don't think that was.
We didn't do peas because we didn't have that green. You know what? We're going to have to make a list of the yarn we do not use except for certain patterns. I just clicked with that. Because like my pink, I'm not so sure where my pink went to.
It's this one.
Is it over there?
Yeah, it's this.
And then I just, as she's reading off that list, I just realized why I bought that one green. It was to make peas, and there's no other green like that. And I was going to use it for something else. So I think I'm going to have to start putting Post-its on my yarn. Do not use except for.
Right. We bought it for.
Right? Yeah, probably once I get into making them, I'll be able to figure out patterns for them other things.
Yeah.
This is what?
Oh, well, thank you, Michelson.
We are the bad influence. Oh my gosh. I figured that's what you meant by net, but I wasn't going to say anything and be wrong.
Right. I don't know if he is or not. He left earlier, but that doesn't mean he's not still lurking in the background somewhere. He kind of comes and goes. It's late here. I'm going to bed. I have church tomorrow. Love and blessings. Good night, everyone. Yeah. You too, Randy.
Yep. Good night, Randy.
Good night, and we'll see you later. It's Lenora's fish tank.
Can you still hear that?
It started up again. So, and she just said, "Ooh, that's a bad sound." Because it'll
Maybe
kind
it's
of come and
not.
go.
Okay, well, I can't do anything. I even made him come in and fill it up just to
Right.
dampen the noise.
Well, it comes and goes. It's not as much as what it was doing before. But yeah, every now and then you can kind of hear it. It sounded like you were pulling rows.
Oh, yeah, I was ripping it all back out. I messed up.
Yeah.
Wasn't.
I'm not
But
showing
you can
that
still
on
hear the fish
camera.
tank. That's the sound I heard. I'm very familiar with that sound.
And had we not been talking about the fish tank, I would have known exactly what you were talking about as being a bad sound. Night, Randy.
Yes, good night, Randy.
right, let's try this again. Had to take it all the way back to the first round.
Oh,
I got to thinking about that mini meat market, and so then I
right?
wasn't.
Lost track. Knew what the fish tank was. Sounds like my son's. Blue club love. Quiet, then starts again.
Yeah. You just never know what you're going to hear when I'm on here.
Oh my gosh. Be careful with that statement.
I know.
Oh,
You never know. Could be in the middle of a live and a whole crew comes walking in, and
well, that's
just.
true too. Yeah, yeah. That is true.
I mean, they left just as you come on.
Yeah. Okay, I don't need that.
Or like the other day when the little snail came across the screen.
Oh, oh gosh. Yeah. You've got a Nerf gun war going on? Yeah, it was a confetti cannon. Blue just ran in the closet. Oh no.
Now he's talking about making up stitches instead of learning the actual stitches. This is
Yeah.
a prime example because it says 5 double crochets together. Well, why don't you just say a bobble?
Right. Right. Yeah, because it's similar with some of that with this Darth Vader pattern. It's similar because it'll say, what did it, oh, because you're like this right here for the front of his helmet. You know, you
Mhm.
have that cluster of 5 to make kind of like the shell. Why don't you just
Right.
say a shell of 5 or just say a shell, you know? But no,
Right.
it had she put something about 5 on top, 1 below, and I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna look at the pattern to make sure that I understand what that means." And she was meaning front stitch to do it in the front stitch, so then you had the back stitch, you know, in the
Oh,
back.
the loop. The loop.
Yes, in the back,
Yeah.
so you were like a front post, well, not a front post stitch, but you know what I mean. So anyway, it wasn't, if I wouldn't have looked at that and she wouldn't have specified kind of with that, then I would have been like, "Okay, I don't know what you're talking about," because the way she had it worded, again, no, even if somebody would have looked at it, they would have still been like, "Okay, what are you talking about?" I mean, but I knew what she meant. But again, it was like, why didn't you just put a shell or just 5 double crochets?
Okay, here's the thing with the pattern for the illiterate. You won't learn if they don't call it right. And how hard is it in my special stitches to say, this is how
Right,
we make a bobble? Because I
right,
guarantee there's probably special stitches telling me how to put 5 double crochets together. It's a
right,
bobble.
right.
So it's a matter of just learning the right terminology for something that's already been created and not confusing everybody by rewording it. Because I've
Yeah,
also
because it's
seen
like
it to
they're
where
making
they
it their own or something, you
yeah,
know, and it's not. It's
because they don't
not.
know. They haven't taken the
Right,
time to actually learn different stitches. This is
right.
what I wanna call it because I don't know better. I've
Yeah,
also seen it where they have, 5 unfinished double crochets. Well, how do you have 5 unfinished double crochets? Somewhere along the line, you gotta finish them off. Well, because they
right,
want you to make a bobble. So that's what the
right.
special stitches section is for.
And
You
see, and
write
that's
those
with this,
instructions out.
yeah, with this pattern, she didn't do anything with special stitches. She didn't have anything. She doesn't explain anything. So if somebody's going into this pattern and has never really done anything or not as seasoned, they are gonna be
Ex
totally lost.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly, and I think that's where we're running into it's harder for the newbies to translate all the patterns. Why they're struggling with so many
Mhm.
patterns is because they aren't using the consistent stitch labels, they're making up their own
Right,
thing, so
right.
somebody not knowing those stitches feels like they're having to learn 100 stitches, and really they're making 1
Mhm.
stitch. It's all the same stitch,
Right,
but everybody's
right,
worded it different.
right.
Who wouldn't
Yeah,
struggle
and
with that? It's hard to
right, right,
memorize a stitch if we've got 5 definitions of it,
right. Yeah.
you know?
Because again, like you said, it's almost like they're trying to make it their own or tag it as, you know, their thing and,
R
"Oh, you know, I have the copyright to it," and whatever, and it's like, "No, you don't. You have to go back 100 years if you wanna go find a copyright." I mean, you
well,
know, it's I
I
don't
think a lot of them, because they haven't really been crocheting very long themselves, is just due to lack of knowledge.
yeah, that too, yeah, yeah, pretty
They
much, yeah.
themselves have not invested in learning different stitches. They jumped into, like, say, the amigurumi. I learned how to
Right.
go in a circle and do certain things, but now I'm figuring out that if I put 5 of these double crochets here, it'll make the eye pop out from my
Eyeballs,
frog.
right, right,
Put a bobble in it.
right, right. Because if
But
you
they
say
don't
bobble
know
to some
that.
of these people, they're gonna be like, "What? Bobble what?"
Yeah, ignorance is bliss, pretty
Yeah,
much. But if they're
yeah,
in actuality, in my opinion, they are making it harder for the new people to learn and be fluent because that, like I said, you're having to learn 5 different wordings for 1 stitch and you never
mhm,
actually learn what the stitch is called,
right, right, yeah,
you know? Or and there are some that, say make a bobble, but that's what your special stitches section is for. You
right,
don't have to teach them
right.
how to crochet, but give them the instructions for there, you
Right, on
know?
how to do it, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because if they have their basics down and you put what that special stitch is, then they're gonna be able to figure it out, you know?
Right.
And really, this lady, she should have taken the time to do the special stitch area because with her wording being different, and it's because
She
of
probably
her
does. She probably does have it. If I was to look, she probably has a special stitches section, but it's not called a bobble. It's telling you how to double crochet 5 together.
Right.
So nobody learned anything other than how to put 5 double crochets together, and that's what
Right.
they'll and I think
Yeah.
that's a lot of frustration for the newer people is how you supposed to.
Right.
I don't know. That's the consistency is what I'm talking about. Because all
Yeah.
the older patterns, that's what you had 2 styles pretty much for the most part, and that
Mhm.
only changed with where they put, like, the 2 increase, you know? Some of them put the 2 and then the increase, and others will put the increase 2 times, but
Right.
it was
Right.
all still consistent enough, you knew you just had to figure out that certain style, but it was still saying,
Right.
along the same line, not just, "Looky here, I put 5 double crochets in there."
Right. Well, some of these girls would really be thrown off now because, I mean, I even have had patterns, and I'm sure you have too, and some of them that I showed there a long time ago with those booklets that I had,
Yeah,
you just had a diagram, and
yep.
if it had a slash mark, that was a double. If you had 2 or it might be a single, then a 2 slash would be a double, a 3 would be a treble, and things like that, or just like a little loop, like for your chains, it'd have the little loops. So, I
I
mean,
s
they would totally be screwed up now,
I seen
if they tried to
one
read one of those.
well, I seen the pattern just the other day that they renamed the treble. I'm like, "You can't do that." I don't remember what it was.
Oh my gosh.
It'll come to me at 3 o'clock in the
Yeah.
morning, I'll
Oh,
remember what it was.
probably, yeah.
But they were going on and I'm like, "Wait a minute, that's a treble. You can't rename the stitches. That's a
Right.
treble."
Right. Right. You
But
don't
I've
get to
been
make that
crocheting for
up. That's not
right?
Oh, geez. I'm so
Okay, well, I'm self-taught with books. I didn't have anybody to show me. I didn't have
Yeah.
anybody to explain it. I did have a person that could help me find my mistakes if I couldn't find them, but other than that, I am self-taught straight out of the books. I
Yeah.
guarantee I learned easier from the books than I have anything off of YouTube.
Right. Oh,
And
yeah.
that
I
may be
agree with
just my
that.
processing, but, they didn't have YouTube videos back when I
Right.
learned. And
Yeah, in the 80 in
all
the
my
70s and 80s,
instructors
I didn't have I didn't have that either, I mean,
yeah,
it's just like
all my instructors that coulda helped me were all right-handed, so they didn't know how to do it.
Yeah. Right? Oh gosh.
And it really just boiled down to it on my 3rd try of trying to learn how to crochet that I was bound determined I was gonna get that in my head one way or another, and I just
Right.
that's how I figured out you can't overthink it. If you overthink it, you're
Mhm.
not gonna go anywhere. You just have to follow
Right.
the process.
Yep. Yep, and I repeat that to myself quite often of just trust the process, trust the process. Even being a seasoned crocheter, I have to tell myself that.
Right?
So,
Well, in some of the patterns, they have figured out a way to make, like, different shapes and whatnot, and your brain's so used to the old-fashioned way of doing it that you're just like,
mhm.
"Okay, I gotta quit." They're getting ready to make, like a lump or, make it curve or,
Right.
whatever.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, because there's sometimes, I mean, with doing some of, with me venturing out doing some of the other stuff a little bit more, that's why I do have to just like, that's what I'm saying, especially with this Darth Vader right now. I'm taking my time because I'm doing stuff that I don't normally do. I mean, it's not that I can't do it, but it's different, than what I'm used to doing with
Well,
wearables and
and it
other
re
things that I do.
right, and it requires a little more focus so
Yes.
that you can
Yes.
follow the process.
Right. Right.
Because there's no way I would get on here and try to do an intricate pattern, no way.
Oh, no,
Not
and that's why
not
I'm
with
not.
us.
That's why
Yeah,
I'm
not with
not,
us
because it's like,
talking and trying to read and all that. No, no, no,
right, right.
no. I obviously can't even sew while we're on live, so, you know.
Oh my gosh.
That was one of those short-lived, I got one done moments.
Got one done. Oh my gosh.
And we wonder why I end up with so many projects sitting around. Okay, so do you remember a few lives back you were whatever project you were working on and you said it was from the 1990s? And you
Yes.
wanted and you said, "Has anybody else got a project from the 1990s sitting around unfinished?" I
Right.
don't know what made it pop in my head today, but it popped in my head. My very first project to this day is not done. I thought she was done, but then I came across her the other day. She has no eyes, which I
Oh
know
my
at that
goodness.
time was because I didn't know how to do the eyes, and, you know,
Oh,
there's
right,
no videos to show you this kinda stuff back
right,
then.
right, right,
Oh, my helpers weren't very helpful, so 'cause, you know, they're right-handed. And
right, right.
and then I discovered, she had some buttons I needed to sew on her little outfit, and I'm just like,
Uh-huh.
"Yeah, I'm not seeing this happen today either." Ah.
Oh my gosh.
So, it should
Well,
have been
so
a sign.
she is still hanging around though, so you
Oh,
still do
yeah. Oh,
have
yeah.
her and yeah,
Oh, yeah.
so
Yep.
you know?
And you can tell, the major difference between the patterns back then and the patterns now, because
Mhm.
the ones back then, and I don't know what the deal is, well, I do, but, they did them in too big of a hook size, so you ended up with
Yes,
all
they
the
did.
holes and
Yep.
everything. And, um and you can see this, like, the stuffing and everything in her, and it's just like, I didn't, like, really realize pay attention, I guess, to that,
Yeah.
but, yeah, she was a little ice skater, so she's got the boots, she's got the lace
Aw.
stockings, the
Yes.
little ruffle skirt, she's got a sweater, a scarf, and then the little beret for a hat.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I went through a lot of stuff just on that first project.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
But
Well, and I
that's
think too, comparing the time frames and stuff, it just everything is a little bit more intricate. There's a little bit more detail and everything to everything too now. Like you said though, it very much, yeah, I agree. They probably,
I
looking back at things, they definitely did use bigger hook sizes. They didn't think about tension as much and closing it up to where you can't see the stuffing and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, it's evolved a lot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because I was like, "Man, that thing's a hot mess." Of course, it was the first thing I did too, but
Yeah.
I
Right.
don't know,
Yeah.
she's probably about, like, that big,
Oh, wow.
maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know, she's a bigger doll, but
Yeah.
I think if I was to go back and revisit that pattern, I would definitely shrink that down, and it would probably bring her back, down to this size of a doll.
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't see me doing that, but
Well, you just need to pull her out and finish her.
yeah, I probably should.
Well, I am just glad that I finally got this Afghan done. I got the border on it and I'm good. So, what I'm gonna do
Those
with the
are the
next, I
ones
don't know.
Those are the ones that the projects that get you though, sitting in your whip pile, because had you just invested an hour of time, you'd have had it done. It wouldn't have been sitting there all
Yeah.
them years.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right?
So, yeah, I mean, I am glad I got it done, and it'll find a home somewhere, so actually, I'm probably gonna save it back to take it over to the farmhouse with me, so it'll be over there, so oh, okay. Um, what time is it?
10 minutes over.
Well, you said maybe, and maybe could mean no too. So go play, Sam.
Oh gosh. He's in there getting him some coffee.
Uh,
You're not getting coffee?
No, not at midnight. I'm not like you.
Oh. Well, I thought you've made coffee of an evening.
Whenever I've slept for and I'm with like any people capacity. But no.
Okay. Clarification was fighting my police. My boy got into dad's duty bag and found his handcuffs. Oh my goodness. That could have been interesting.
I figured he came in with a dart gun, so
Right. Yeah, that's what I figured. So
good night. We'll see you next time.
friends, I'm going to sleep. Good evening, John Lawrence. CJC. See you tomorrow. Take care. Well, you have a good night, Michelson, and thanks for popping in and hanging out with us for a little bit. You have a good night.
Oh, I gotta change positions. My leg's locking up.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm. Well, Ryan Hall, y'all's on live. Oh,
Oh, yeah, they
tornado
got
warning
tornadoes
somewhere.
going on.
Yeah.
Drink.
Oh boy.
Because he was on before we came on.
Yeah. Well, I seen Max Velocity was on too, but I hadn't seen that Ryan Hall was on because
Yeah.
I go between both of them.
Right.
And
He's just trying to annoy me.
he made his arrests, and I called him the shit and sent them to bed. Hello. Oh, it's all through Alabama. Wow. Yeah.
Is that where it's at this time?
Yeah, it looks like it.
I guess I could have had that turned on this whole time, and then nobody would have ever noticed my fish tank because we'd been watching rain.
Right, there you
Brilliant
go.
ideas always come to me too late.
Oh gosh. 5, 2, 3. I'm in the process of making a summer top, so getting a panel made for that.
I'm working on making another frog. We'll see.
Was it because, like, right now I don't hear anything. I don't hear it in your fish tank at all, and haven't had for quite some time. So it's funny how it just will come and go, you know?
Yeah. So what do you like to make? Do you do blankets or amigurumi? What do you like to make? Yeah.
Amigurumi.
Yep.
You two lovelies think I'm gonna pray. Take the dog off of the closet and hit the hay. Well, you have a good night, CJC, and thanks for coming and hanging out with us for a little while tonight. You have a good night.
Yep. Good night. It's okay. I knew what you meant. Couldn't tell. I don't know. Yeah. I can't read it good enough. I just recognized the letters and knew what you meant.
Right? Yeah, that amigurumi is a hard word to spell. You really have to think about it. Well, you'd be wrong, but okay. For me, anyway, it's 0.
Not yet.
Yes.
Yeah, never seal off the probability. You don't know what's coming.
Right. Oh boy.
Good night, CJ.
Good night. Oh boy. Okay. Ping. Gonna go sideways. Pretty fast from there.
Yep. All they need is interaction.
Yep.
Okay, dirty words are fixing to fit in here. Dang it. What? Good night. Come back.
Good night. It was nice watching this stream. See you later. Good luck with your projects. Well, thank you very much, and thanks for hanging out with us. You're welcome back anytime.
Maybe I just don't need to make this frog. I need to make that meat market.
Maybe that's what it's telling you.
I don't even remember. Let's try this again. I have 3 extra stitches this time. I'm special.
Oh. Yeah, I could definitely hear you ripping out your stitches this time.
Yeah. That is
You're
the
doing
sound
it
of
with some
aggression.
force.
Well, this is that Bernat blanket that's real
Yeah,
stiff, so you can give it a good yank and it'll all come
yeah,
right
yeah.
out.
Right.
Hey, Lily. Oh my gosh. I don't even. I just want to make a steak. That's what it is. Don't even know. Okay, we'll start this over again. Maybe. Oh, that could be it. I totally skipped a row and went on to something else.
Oh.
Well, this has a lot of words.
Oh gosh.
And that's one thing I like about her style of writing on her patterns is because like on round 4, she just says, "Okay, round 4 is a crazy one, so buckle up." It's like, so you're going in prepared. You know you're gonna have to pay attention.
I like that.
Right?
I like that.
And then she does. And she, step 1, you're gonna put 2 single crochets, decrease 2 single crochets. Stop.
Yeah.
Step 2, make leg. So you're not,
Right. Right.
So I do like her style of writing as far as, okay, now we're gonna get into a tricky part.
Right.
But
Right. So yeah, she does prepare you.
right. And I missed I don't know what I don't know what I read. What did I do? Oh, no? Hmm. Yeah, I did row 10 instead of round 5.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Yeah.
Would I? Maybe. I don't know what I did. Something ain't working out. We'll just go back and start over. Oh, my little leg's hanging up in the way now. Okay, the struggle is getting real over here with this frog.
Oh gosh.
When your animal starts fighting back.
Right. Oh.
I know one thing. I will not be tacking his legs tonight. That'll wait until in the morning.
Well, don't blame you. Okay.
Okay, we have the appropriate number of stitches. No, we're not tired. Nope. Now to get all this yarn worked back up.
Is it 12:30 or is it what time is it?
1:00.
Is it 1:00?
Sam
Well,
needs to go play. He needs to leave us alone.
I could.
What are you sorry for? You didn't do
down the
anything to be
hallway,
sorry.
and he's peeking like this around the hallway. So we were having to stare off.
He has the rest of the night. He'll be okay. It's Saturday night. We need to slap in our reservations for Saturday night that he can't bother us till we decide that we're getting off of here, because we don't bother him.
It's true.
And any other time we're very respectful and get off when he was ready to get on. So I think we should claim Saturday night so he already knows what he's walking into.
Oh gosh.
You're fine, Lily. You're perfectly fine.
Well, I've actually made a lot of progress with this.
I wish I could say the same.
Yeah, I think you've only attempted the frog how many times now? So I mean,
And
not that it's huge or anything, but I mean, I made some
said,
progress.
I would have him done if I hadn't had to rip out 20 rows.
Right?
Uh,
I know how that feels. I've done it many times too.
I just wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. We probably had
Yeah.
some hot topic going on, and I just glanced over and saw do this and didn't read my row.
Right.
Of course, I don't have to have anybody talking to me to do that, but I'm
Oh,
gonna
I hear
loop you
you.
into it.
Oh, just like whenever I was doing some of those little critters, it took on that one, oh my gosh, I had it and then I ripped it out and I think I did it like 3, 4 times over. I don't remember now which one it was that I kept ripping out, that I should have had probably 2 or 3 done of them in the time that I got the one done because I kept having to rip it out.
Hmm. Well, it's a crafty night. Don't know if it's lovely.
You're all having a lovely crafty night, yes.
She's the only one making progress. I'm just over here ripping everything out. I am here for the ones that get frustrated because they have to rip stuff out, and I'm showing you it's not really that big of a deal. That's what my job is.
Oh god. Just know that we all have had to do it and just
That's
do
right.
it and just go on. That's how you'll figure it out for later.
It's either that or something walks to the trash, and either way you go.
No. Love it. I like to say when I frog, I get more time out of my yard. Well, hey, yeah.
When I have to do it, I think the yarn just needs a timeout. That's what I
Well,
think.
that too, yeah. I think it just depends on the frame of mind you're in and how many times you've already had to frog.
Yeah. And I it probably would highly irritate me if I wasn't talking and reading and all of that stuff, and I knew it was my fault for just glancing and not taking the time to slow down.
Yeah,
A lot of times you'll hear me read your instructions because I need
right,
that friendly reminder every once in a while.
right, right,
And read them well while you're reading them.
right. Oh, like me, oh my gosh. Same, same, same. Hey, I picked up a blanket that I started a year ago tonight. Sometimes the timeout is needed. Yes, that is
That's
true.
yep.
Sometimes, yeah. Because I did a live here not too long ago that I got an Afghan out that was from the 90s and I finished it up finally. And it was just one that I just had sitting that for whatever reason I just wouldn't touch it. And I finally got it done.
I've had a few projects that they had to sit in timeout for a while.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Working on the there and back again right now by Crystals and Crochet.
And that is why I won't do a llama. Well, I won't say I won't do it, but that is why when everybody says make a llama, and I'm like, you make the llama.
Oh,
'Cause that
yeah,
one, I got a feeling is gonna take a lot of focus for me to get,
yeah.
follow that shape.
I've seen a few patterns of them, but I've not been drawn to them to do them.
My daughter has a friend that's her animal is a llama,
Oh,
so
really?
it catches
Yeah.
my eye because it makes me think of her friend.
Right.
But every
Yes.
time I'm just like, "Do I wanna be that detailed?" Nope, not
Right.
feeling it.
Right.
My friend was she had me make her a little goat for her nephew, and he loves
Oh,
it,
yeah.
so then they decided he needs a set, which is
Uh-huh.
okay, but her boyfriend brought up llama, and I said, "Yeah, and you can tell him he needs to just shut up." It's like he obviously has no grasp of how much detail goes into that.
Right, exactly.
Let's just stick with the easy stuff.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
And I have some really, really cute ones, but I'm just not ready to get that intense on it yet.
right.
Well, all I can tell you is learn, 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 learn.
Just finished a vertical for a spider amigurumi recently. Now I want to look up long mount amigurumis.
Yes,
Beginning
it's a rabbit
process in the
hole.
person journey, so I have to watch the videos. Yeah, and really watching the videos and stuff, I mean, it will help. The
Yeah.
learning never yeah, and it's true, the learning does never end. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff, and it's the best part, in my opinion. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah, I
I
agree.
agree.
That's why sometimes, like doing the simple patterns, okay, you're cranking the stuff out fast, but it gets to a point it's not a challenge. It's not making you think, you
Right,
know, it, like a puzzle or however you want to say it. And sometimes I'll
right,
just totally quit on the easy stuff and I'll pick out something that's going to be a little more detailed or a little more tricky in the shape or something just
right.
to
Give
let my
yourself kind of a
brain.
challenge.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then
And that's
sometimes
what
that
I'm
challenge.
liking about going between the things that I do like, the things that are my favorites, and then throwing some of doing some of this amigurumi and some of the little animals and things like that. That's what I do enjoy about it, is that I can bounce back and forth. If I get tired of doing the one thing all the time, then I can switch to something else and not just be keeping myself in the same box all the time.
Right.
Okay. That's true. Something new every day in everything you do. Right. Sometimes mindless is calming. Oh, I agree with that, because that's what I love about crochet too, is that it's mindless and it's calming. But sometimes I want to distract myself. That's when I really love more complex patterns like the blanket I'm working on. The focus helps. Right.
Yep.
Yeah, because it does. It helps. I mean, because that's why I have done crochet for so long and stuff anyways, because like with my I don't fight with it as much now, but it used to be that had very high anxiety and panic attacks and stuff, and that's whenever I was younger and growing up. That's why I crocheted as much as what I did, and why I still kind of still do it, just so then I don't get back in that, you know, overthinking and stuff like that. So, but
A band-aid.
my friend wants me to crochet her a band-aid, and that's my project right now. Oh, okay.
I should crochet the grandkids band-aids. Here you go. Here's your band-aid. Oh, you know who? He got an owie and he comes in
Oh
and then he's
gosh.
got a cast on his hand. You know that medical tape that's about like this
Oh,
wide and it's all
right.
stripped.
Right.
Okay. He's got his hand all wrapped up and it's
Oh my
down
gosh.
around his wrist and He says, "It's okay, Grandma. The cat got me."
Oh God.
And
Right.
I said, "Wow, that must be really bad. She must have scratched you really bad if you got that big of a Band-Aid on, because it's figured 8 over his
Oh.
hand and everything." And he says, "Yeah." And I said, "That's gotta be a big scratch." And he says, "No, it's not. It's just a hole." And
Oh.
I said, "You got that big of a Band-Aid on for a hole?" And he says, "Well, it's in my hand. Band-Aids don't stick to your palm." So he had mom wrap tape
Oh
all
my
around.
gosh. Oh my gosh.
It's just and I said,
So
"Well,
he
that
really
cat."
thought, yeah. Oh
I thought
my.
he, probably, of course, I'm playing around with him too. What, you gotta
Right.
exaggerate it, make it bigger than what it is. But I figured
Right.
they were playing and she scratched down his arm or something like
Right.
that. And no, it's just a hole. I guess she poked him and I'm just like, oh my
Right.
gosh.
Oh geez.
He
Yeah.
wore that thing for 2 days.
2 days. Oh my gosh.
Last time I put a Band-Aid on him because the cat you got him, he
Right.
he wore it for like half the day and then he come to me and he says, "Grandma, did you know you're supposed to take your Band-Aids off so the air will get to your owie and it'll heal faster that way?" I said, "Okay, take your Band-Aid off." And this one he wore for 2 days like he was crippled or
Oh my
something.
God.
Yesterday,
Right.
he could only wash his fingers because he can't get that wet.
Oh my gosh.
It's just like, oh my gosh, this kid kills me.
Oh, right. Oh geez. Oh.
Gotta figure out where I am again. I got a feeling something's coming out. I'm almost positive now. I know I can.
Oh no. Well, I'm at a stopping point, and I probably should get off of here because he's probably gonna get mad. I think he's already
Oh,
mad.
okay. Well, you tell him from here on out,
Saturdays are our day.
our night. That's right.
Oh my gosh. So,
He's
yeah,
gonna
I
be
probably
up
better
till the crack of dawn anyway. He
Oh,
can
I
wait till we
know.
get off at 2 or 3 o'clock whenever we feel like getting off. You can tell him I said so. I'll be the bad guy.
And then I have to live with him.
He's
Oh
gonna be like,
god.
"That's it. You're grounded. You can't hang out with her no more."
Right,
That's what my
exactly.
kids do.
Oh gosh.
I
Oh,
I was aggravating my daughter, me and my friend. I know what. Oh, we went to check out a place to get a booth to like possibly put our stuff in.
right, right.
And they're like, "Well, we don't know if we want you two out in the public." It's like,
Oh no.
okay, so when we're coming back, we stopped at the gas station, and here's them big party buses that
Yes,
they have now. Okay, one's
yes.
sitting in the parking lot. So I took a picture of it and I sent it to my daughter. She's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm pretty sure they got a stripper pole in it."
Well, the ones around here do.
The next text was, "You are grounded. You cannot hang out with her no more."
Oh gosh. Oh, that's great. Oh my. Oh. Well, thank you, Sierra. You're welcome back anytime. Just subscribe and hit the notification bell, and you can come anytime.
Saturday nights.
Saturday nights are usually our night. Yeah. So that's if I don't get grounded. So
Yeah.
anyway.
My kids are at the
Oh
point of, oh,
goodness.
good, she's got somebody else to talk to.
Oh gosh. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. So, thanks for hanging out with me and crocheting.
I guess I'll finish the frog tomorrow. I don't see
Okay.
tonight happening.
Oh
I've already had
gosh.
to rip it out again.
Right.
Good
Well,
night, Sarah.
you can share it with us tomorrow. So.
Right.
Oh gosh. Okay. Well, good night. Take care. Love y'all. Have a good rest. I'll see you
Yep.
tomorrow.
Goodbye.
Bye.